Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the Chiefs Hall of Honor. I'm Jill Jensen, and joining me is Congressman Cleaver. Welcome.
Good to be here with you.
I noticed that you're spending a lot of time talking to the citizenry about the budget and trying to educate them.
Right. Well, this is going to be a transformative period for the United States. I think some of the economic problems we have are structural. In other words, I'm not so sure that, like many other recessions, that we'll eventually just move back to a time when everything was the way it was before the recession. I don't think that's going to happen. In fact, the Department of Labor may have to alter its concept of full employment. Right now, full employment is considered at 3.5%. If all the people in the country looking for jobs except 3.5%, we say we have full employment. I'm not sure that's going to remain at 3.5. It may end up at 5. But this is a tough time, and the American public should, I think, focus on this budget and spending, and particularly what's going on in Washington with the so-called super committee, because that committee has to deliver a report by the 23rd of November, before Thanksgiving. And if they fail to present a package to Congress, the 12-member super committee, and that package that they present must contain $1.2 trillion in cuts over the next 10 years, then we will have the sequestration or the automatic cuts that will be, I think, devastating. $600 billion in defense, $600 billion in domestic spending. And that covers everything on the defense side, including FEMA, the VA hospital, and then on the other side, SNAP, the food program for children. So it's something that people ought to give a lot of thought to. Recently,
the Kansas City Star kind of gave you a good pat on the back and some brownie points for reaching across the aisle to Kevin Yoder, and talking to him. How important is it for you guys to be able to cross in the aisle and talk nicely toward one another about trying to solve the nation's financial problems?
Well, there's absolutely no way we're going to solve the problems under the current atmosphere. I maybe, and I'm proud of this, probably more than any other member of Congress, can move back and forth between the Republican and the Democratic sides. But, I'm watching television one night, and I watch the animal channels. I'm obsessed with it. My family makes fun of me for doing it. But they have this special on bees, and I see in this special what goes on in the beehive. And one of the things that caught my attention that I will never forget is that the voice says, as the bees are busily working, bees cannot sting and make honey at the same time. Oh. And that applies to what's going on in Washington, the honey being the legislation dealing with the business of the people. And what we have now is a body of stingers. And if that continues, then we make no honey. And so I think that the issue is not partisanship. I believe in partisanship. That's how we come to a conclusion of something that's going to be beneficial. One side gives and the other side gives as well. But right now, compromise is seen as capitulation, so we don't have any.
Well, I wish we had more time, but we're over time. I sure appreciate you coming.
Good to be with you.
Thank you.